Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of our podcast series. We are undergraduates from the Faculty of Computing of University of Sri Jayaweera. I'm Thiran Ranathunga,
And I'm Kavinya Peries.
and today we are thrilled to bring you a very special episode.
That's right. We are sitting down with none other than the Dean of our faculty, Professor Prasad M, Jayaweera, and a prominent leader who is leading one of Sri Lanka's most prominent faculties. And it's a very pleasure to have you with us today, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Right. Professor, the Faculty of Computing is one of the youngest at USJ, but it's already made a huge impact. Could you take us back to where it all started? What inspired the idea of creating a dedicated computing faculty, and from those early days to now, how has that vision grown into the mission of faculty stands for today?
Yeah, to tell very big story in a very brief manner, let me how this idea came into my mind to share with you all. Actually, after graduating, specializing in computer science at the University of Colombo as the third batch in the country, I got an opportunity to read my postgraduate education, to read my PhD in one of the leading universities in Nordic part of the world, that is Stockholm University. Right. Actually, the department that I joined to read for my PhD is called Department of Computer and System Sciences. Right. So this department is like a joint department between two big universities in Stockholm. One is Stockholm University, the other one is called KTH. So if you look at the first three letters, K is something like a king, T is something like a technology, H is something like a university in Swedish, it's called high school or something like that, KTH. So these two universities jointly taken out the computing related academic entities into another department of, as I mentioned earlier, computer and system sciences. They take that department out of the main campus premises and placed it in area which they used to call Silicon Valley in Europe. Right. So during early 2000 when I was reading for my PhD, so they had a very nice venture to create a separate university called IT University, combining those two academic entries or computing academic entries from those two universities. They formed IT University in Sweden. So, during that time, I was with kind of an imagination that I have to do something similar in Sri Lanka. But after returning to country after completing my PhD, I realized it's not that easy, right? Not only a university like that, at least to introduce a new course in it, introduce a new program, introduce a new academic department, very challenging. You have to go through very many bureaucratic procedures to be followed. So somehow, having returned to Sri Lanka, I got an opportunity to serve as, you may have heard about the association called FUTA, Federation of University Teachers Associations in Sri Lanka. At that time, the president was Professor Ranathunga, maybe you heard about him. So he invited me actually after discussing, actually I was representing as a member in that FUTA. So he invited me to join Jayaweera and to do something together. Something similar to the ideas that we were dreaming those days. So I accepted the invitation and joined the Jayaweera in early 2010. Right. Even that time this discussion was happening. Right. So although our faculty is very, very young, actually speaking, the discussions was happening mid 2000, right? Even well before some of these new faculties that we have right now in Jayaweera, we were discussing about the Faculty of Computing for Jayaweera University, but for some different reasons it was not materialized. But during the time where Professor Sudanta Liyanage was the Vice Chancellor, and luckily we got Professor Amaratunga being the chairman of the UGC. We managed to get the approval for the Faculty of Computing, and we launched our very first academic program in 2023. So now, of course, with our present Vice Chancellor, Professor Padma Almanagi, we are getting all the support and guidance to take the faculty to the next level. So this is like a very brief explanation that I can give how it came out. I mean, from my brain to the kind of a reality in the one of leading university in Sri Lanka.
Professor, in the field of IT, the balance between academics and real world is very important. So how do you make sure that the students get the perfect balance of both real world hands-on experience and academics?
Yeah, so this the balance that you are referring is like a very challenging thing actually to be achieved. So we'll try to first get clarified what are the two different concepts that you were referring. One is you mentioned the academic excellence. So if you look at what is this exactly, I mean, right, this is kind of the utmost duty that we all have to do inside the universities. So that is, for me, it's like creating new knowledge, right? That is the utmost duty as I see in universities. But the other thing you mentioned is the industry relevance, right? So within that context, how do you understand what is industry relevant? Of course, that is basically we are expecting our throughput or our graduates to master up different tools, technologies, to create tech-savvy people, right? Now, how do you maintain the balance between two is very challenging, because now universities are more than to create knowledge. We are trying to provide like a needed workforce for the labor market. So how do we do this balancing is like, well, within the curriculum, if you look at, so we try to accommodate both aspects, right? While discussing serious theoretical aspect related to computing, we have also incorporated into our curriculum some of these opportunities or engagement for students to interact with the industry, understanding emerging technologies, mastering of depth. Those technologies are also being provided in our curricula.
Right. Now, let's dig into what students actually studies here. So we've got three main degrees: computer science, software engineering, and information systems. For a student who try to choose a degree from these three, how do these paths differ from one another?
Well, so when we are starting this faculty, we were trying to understand what type of programs to be started, right? Then, I mean, if you look at the global standard, I mean, under computing, there are very many sub-disciplines. So we have to decide which type of study programs to be introduced. Okay, now you know we have these three study programs. So I will take the very first one as the information systems degree program, right? So when you look at the information system, it's basically like, okay, if you are developing solutions on technology, like computing technology, to support, facilitate business, of course you need information systems, right? It's not more, I mean, it's not mainly focusing on to the development of computing tool, but it's mostly focusing on to how you can utilize those technologies to excel, to advance, to provide benefits to different businesses, right? So you can name different branches in computing, but for me, at the end of the day, you do kind of information processing, right? To support different business activities. So in information systems, basically we try to do some kind of awareness onto our students to how you can do the alignment between business and IT. So that is, I would like to refer to as the information systems. The reason for introducing that, of course, I mean, if you look at the introduction I gave during my PhD, I worked in that particular Department of Computing and System Sciences, inside which the laboratory that I worked is called Information System Lab. It's called SysLab. So we realized the importance of, rather than coding, understanding how do you do the business IT alignment is very important. So that is one reason for selecting IS. Now the second degree that we are offering is software engineering. Now to develop information systems, of course, you need to do the coding. You have to implement the ideas on different technologies. So that skills are needed. So basically, the software engineering could be seen as like developing different IT-related application for different sectors. So that is the focus that we mainly having under software engineering. The third one we have selected to initiate with our study programs is computer science. So as you see, computer science is basically dealing with the all fundamentals related to computing. Right, different sub-disciplines could be referred. I mean, different theories could be computational theories, data structures type of areas, the cryptography. All these like very very theoretical, very I would say like different sub-disciplines or subjects-related things are the main focus in computer science. Basically, if somebody is thinking of excelling in research or the academic career, they could think of selecting a computer science program. But one thing I want to highlight here, although these rough categorization can be done to these three study programs, there is no like a very clear solid boundaries, right? So somebody who's doing IS even can get into software development industry. Somebody who is doing computer science even can get into a business-related IT application area. That is possible.
Technology moves fast. What's hot today might be outdated in several months. So, Professor, how do you make sure that the programs keep up with these changes?
Yeah, in the faculty, we have very many means. We are trying different approaches to keep the curricula up to date and industry relevant. To name few of the approaches that we are adapting is like we are having very many frequent curriculum development workshops and committee meetings. So we have a separate curriculum development committee within the faculty. In addition to that, we always try to maintain the very close collaboration with the industry. Right, even within the faculty board, we have industry representation, and also we have a industry consultative body through which we try to get the updates to the curricula. In addition to that, we also maintain different types of collaborations, especially international collaborations. We have different contacts in different parts of the world. So we are always keeping eye on what are the latest things happening in computing related education, try to incorporate them as much as possible, right? So outside the curricula, we also try to offer opportunities for our students to get engaged with the cutting edge technologies and modern advancement happening in this area.
Right. I've seen students doing some pretty amazing work at the faculty. So could you share some of the projects or achievements that caught your attention that really shows their creativity and talent?
Yeah, actually, I have seen and I have learned our graduates are doing well. They have achieved very many top placements in different competitions like hackathon, the code competitions, innovation challenges. Our students are placing top placements on those competitions. What I have seen. I mean, if you refer to our web portal or if you go to social media presence, you may be finding some of these details. But in addition to that, our students are like get involved in very many different types of projects. I mean, some are with huge commercialization potentials, right? How, for example, to name few, they have tried out, I mean, to application of different emerging technologies. For example, waste management could be the case. Different types of authentication like face recognition, AI applications, type of things they have tried out. There are very many areas that I have seen, but in addition to that, I have seen some people are very much involved with startup type of initiatives, freelancing type of entrepreneurships. They are getting involved.
Research and innovation go hand in hand in the field of IT. So, could you share some of the researches we currently focus on in the faculty?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our strength in, research, I mean, what are the areas that we are doing well? I mean, I would say, of course, I mean, with my own area that I mainly focus on is information systems engineering. So we have the strength in that area. But in addition to that, I mean, if you look at our faculty, the academic members in the faculty, the research that they are getting involved are like ranging from AI, machine learning, bioinformatics, big data, IoT, embedded and communication systems. So all these expertise are with us. Right. In addition to those areas, I mean, if I if I want to refer you all to some of the domains in which we do research, I would name, for example, if you look at the healthcare. So we have very many active research ongoing on health related applications, right? So that is one sector. In addition to that, I mean, I could refer, like for example, agriculture sector. So we completed very many projects related to agriculture, for example, precision agriculture, or agriculture related type of things, and like. So those are like the ongoing research activities that we have. Even the e-commerce type of application can be seen, right?
Now, looking at the bigger picture, we can see the tech market is keep evolving. So where do you see the demand going in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years?
You mean job opportunities?
Yeah, job opportunities and basically the demand of what type of jobs or upcoming technologies or something like that.
Well, I would like to refer here to a kind of a statement came out from the Dell Technologies, right? So they are claiming 85% of the jobs that you may be seeing in by 2030 has not been defined yet, right? So this is the challenge that we all are facing, right? We don't know what will happen by 2030, right? So what type of jobs that our students may get, right? That challenge is there, right? But within that context, I would like to highlight here the top skill that we all have to develop. I mean, if you are seeking for a job or a kind of a contribution to the economy or to be excel in your profession, the top skill that you need to develop is the creativity, right? So earlier when it's come to competing, we were thinking like you have to be a coder, right? If you are doing a very coding, you can get a good job, something like that. But it is not the case. I mean, in the near future, right? So the top skill, I would again highlight the creativity, right? So we all have to be creative, right? There may be, for example, replacement possible with the AI. For example, to develop a information system solution is like a very simple thing, could be the case. But the required creativity to design those type of solutions is the key skill that we all have to develop, right? I mean, there are very many skills that, of course, our undergrads need to be focused at. In that context, I would like to refer to the skill framework for the information age. It's called SFIA, right? A skill framework for information age, where they list all the different types of demanding skills for the job market in future. So out of all those different skills, I would again like to highlight the creativity is the top thing.
Now let's talk about the life after graduation. What sort of job roles would graduates land after they finishing their respective degrees?
Okay, from the faculty, what we are expecting is not to produce job seekers. We would like to produce job creators. So that is the expectation, right? For that purpose, you know that the Jayaweera, if you look at the University of Jayaweera, we have the prestige Faculty of Management Science and Commerce, right? So in our curricula or in our study program, we have incorporated a lot of fundamental necessities from that faculty as well for students to be entrepreneurs, to start up their own businesses. So that foundation also being given through our academic programs. So basically, rather than waiting for somebody to provide you a job, what we would like to see with the knowledge, with the skills that you all have developed throughout our academic programs, so your engagement in the university, different activities at the university, you should be able to come up with your own idea to do some kind of a contribution to the betterment of our society. That is the expectation, right?
Right. Getting that first job or internship can be a huge step. So, how does the faculty support students in connecting with the industry or to build something in their own?
Yeah, uh, even for that, we are doing different things. One is we have mandatory components within the curricula. Of course, the industry placements is one big unit in our curricula. But in addition to that, we promote and we encourage students to get involved with the industry-driven student projects rather than, I mean, when it's come to doing a individual research project, people sometimes think it is something that you can do inside the laboratory, right, computer lab, and you create a small solution. But we don't want to do that. We want to get to the real context and get the real world problems and try to find solution for that. I mean, we facilitate that opportunities for our students so that, I mean, they will get some kind of a connection with the industry. And also we have industry mentorship programs, so students can reach out the experts, the connected parties in industry. But in addition to that, I want to mention, and now the numbers are growing up, like not only from public sector universities but also from private sector universities. They are producing large number of IT graduates, right? So providing internship opportunities is very much challenging. So I would like to refer here again the SLASCOM, the Association for Computing and Software Service organizations reach us to develop some kind of virtual platform to not only to run the internship programs virtually, but also to provide industry mentorship for our students. So all these things are happening, and hopefully with all these nice platforms, our students can get very much connected and very many opportunities in industry.
Let's switch gears. So what's the life of faculty like? What are the events and opportunities students gain while they are studying in the faculty?
So here I would like to say we want to produce all-round graduate, not only with competencies or expertise in computing, but also we want to have a graduate with a heart. So that is the different. I mean, in Jayaweera, right? We don't want to just technological skilled people. So we want to somebody who cares the others and the environment around them. So that is the idea. To encourage that, I mean, we have very many approaches, right? We promote student staff interaction very much, and also we want our students to get involved with the cultural and other social activities within the university. So there are very many opportunities, very many associations, very many centers students can get involved. So it is not only just mastering of these technologies, right? So we want to have an all-round developed person for the country.
Right. And in terms of personal growth, how does the faculty help students to build confidence, teamwork, leadership, and all those soft skills that matter so much later on?
Yeah, again, I would like to say we have very many associations. So I would like to name the student union that we have in the faculty, very active student union with a very central focus onto their membership. So they try to organize very many different types of events to develop all these soft skills. So I want to highlight that. I want to commend their initiatives, right? Ranging from sport-related activities, technology-related different projects, maybe CRS type projects. And also, in addition to that, in the faculty, we have the Association for Computing Students. They are mainly subject club that we have in the faculty. So they are also organizing different activities through which the student can develop all these different types of soft skills, right? But other than that, of course, even within the curricula, we try to give the opportunity for students to develop those soft skills that needed by the industry.
Looking ahead, where do you see the faculty in 5 years? What's next on the horizon?
Well, within next 5 years, I would like to Well, I mean, we initiated this faculty in 2022. We got the approval and we took our very first batch in 2023. If you all can remember, that was the not a very good time economically for the country, being a state-owned university. So we were struggling with our resources, right? So within next 5 years, hopefully, we will be doing well in our national economy. So with the support of the government and all the other possible donors, we want to build up like a state-of-the-art faculty for the country. Also with the cutting-edge technology, test beds acquired to the faculty. That is the dream that we all are having. The purpose of achieving all this is not only to just get a faculty, but we want to produce a mass production of IT skill talent to the national talent pool. Because you may have heard about that, we have a national digital economy agenda in which the mandatory component is to have a skilled workforce. So we want to take a lead in contributing to that. So that is the rough idea that we are having, and also active engagement with the industry with those facilities that we are going to get in future.
And finally, if a student or parent listening right now and wondering, is the faculty of computing at USJ is for me, what would you tell them?
Yeah, at the Faculty of Computing, if you are joining the faculty, it is not just about the computing education, learning different technologies, right? So we want to shape innovators who will redefine the future, right? So to achieve that, the faculty is committed to provide a vibrant learning environment, blending academic excellence, cutting-edge research, and a strong relationship, the collaboration with the industry, right? So in that context, I would like to say for our students, this means more than earning a degree, right? It is an opportunity to discover your potential and create impactful solutions and become a part of the global community, right? As a change makers. So that is the message I would like to give to our student. For our parents, I mean, also they are looking at the faculty and they want to see where their children are going to get educated, and as a result, they will be finding a good future. For them, I would like to say it means, I mean, your children will grow in a nurturing and forward-looking environment that value creativity, ethics, and responsibility while preparing them for a meaningful career and lifelong success. So that is the message that I could give to our parents, right? So join Faculty of Computing and be part of the faculty that transform passion into the purpose and learning into the leadership, empowering your minds to enrich not just the humanity but the entire world as a whole.
Professor Prasad, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been such an inspiring session.
Okay, thank you very much. You know what I mean?
And to everyone who is listening, if you would like to learn more about the Faculty of Computing at University of Sri Jayaweera, visit computing.sjp.ac.lk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with another interesting episode.